Alrighty. And we are back as this gentleman and the woman with the short blonde cropped hair and the man that brought you the various trays all kind of take a seat in this like little area that you guys had been hanging out at. And the older man will sort of go, first things first, we kind of met in a little bit of a heightened state. I don't think that we did proper introductions. My name is Lieutenant Drin Scarrow. You are already introduced to Private Argoth, and he'll gesture at the young woman. And I believe that you have now become acquainted with Calder, and he'll gesture at the young man.
Indeed. Indeed we have.
Great.
Nice to meet you.
Pleasure to make your acquaintance.
I'm Cal.
And I'm Helena.
The Admiral talks about the two of you as though you are the only hope to save the world. And I sincerely hope that you can meet those expectations.
It's quite a lot of pressure, but we hope we can too.
We have been trying to do our best to piece together what happened back on the ship. And we were just wondering if you saw anything suspicious, if you saw anything odd while you were there. Just anything at all might just help us to put together kind of even a semblance of an idea of what went down.
No, I mean, we just got there and then heard this explosion. We ran up to the deck and saw what you saw.
It's unusual. From what we can tell, it was almost, blasts on multiple of the ships, or even on different parts of the flagship. It's almost like somebody had magical abilities to be in multiple places at once, or they were working with a network of people. Do you have any idea of anyone that would have those capabilities, that would have a reason to attack the Solinese Navy?
Well, if I can be frank with you, you're not the most popular with a lot of people. Mind control, authoritarian rule. Not everybody likes these things. So it could be any number of people.
Ma'am, I appreciate your candor, and we can have a discussion about the finer points of what we do and what we don't do. When there is not a monster, quite literally, at the door.
I understand that, and I think we are working towards a common goal in this instance.
So let me refine my question. Can you think of anyone that would want to move against the Solinese Navy when that, and he'll gesture towards the ocean, when that is a factor at play?
Well, it would either be someone who's on the side of our enemy, or someone who likes chaos. Seems to me.
Emma, roll me with advantage, and I'll even add a little bit plus, because you're doing a really good job of threading a lot of different needles right now. But roll me a deception check, because you are definitely kind of skirting a couple of things here.
Yeah, for sure. So deception with advantage.
Yes.
Great. Okay, so that'll be an 18 plus 14.
Yeah, sounds really
32.
Sounds really smooth.
Yeah.
Leah, the woman, will lean forward and kind of go, I'm sorry, enemy? Who is the enemy? These are monsters.
Well,
they're, as far as we can tell, big unthinking beasts.
How much has Razak told you?
What we've needed to know up till now, but if you know more, please tell us more.
I mean, there is some more that we can tell you, but we'd like assurance of a couple things for that information.
I'm listening.
Well, I would very much like it if you don't sick your mind flayers on us or try to control our minds for the duration that we work together.
No mind flayer under my command will attack you in any way.
Thank you.
Roll me a quick perception check.
13?
It does not escape you that, there are no mind flayers present in this man's squadron.
Right.
This was a very kind of a, you'd have no reason to think that he ever has a mind flayers under his control. He seems to be, if anything, sort of, lower middle management.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Well, it was still worth trying. We would also ask, I know that Razak is your admiral, but when we have concluded our business here, by that I mean hopefully killing this thing, we have to go elsewhere, and I
think that we will be very happy to provide transportation. You can consider the resources and the continued association of the Solinese fleet to be at your disposal, as far as I'm concerned.
How much of the fleet, incidentally, do you think has been destroyed?
They all kind of exchange a look, and he sort of goes, conservatively, ma'am, 50%. That is, I think, the optimistic outlook based on the destruction that was happening. Don't underestimate Scion's abilities to hold together things that should have fallen apart. I think that there's a very good chance that we're going to be able to salvage at least a few of the boats that would be complete losses. But this was devastating. This was a devastating blow. And I think that thousands of sailors are probably dying out there even now.
Heavy losses indeed.
I mean this genuinely. I'm sorry for their lives.
Thank you, ma'am. Both of you roll me a perception check, please.
Okie dokie.
A 6.
18.
It's very fast, Cal, but you notice the young man's hands flicker in a sign language way, and you see the woman give a barely perceptible nod.
Okay, I'm just gonna put it all out in the open here. What would you like to ask us? I know that this young man who so gallantly and generously brought us some libations, can read our lips. And, I think there's
Calder cannot
too
read
much
lips, ma'am.
He can't?
No. You'll actually see Calder's, who has been sort of very, Buster Keaton-y, stony-faced up until this point. His lips will actually curl up, and he'll, give, the slightest hint of a chuckle.
Well, that being the case or not, it seems like there's something you want to ask us, or there's something that you're not telling us. We do whatever else we want to help bring down this Leviathan, and we did not want this to happen. So I think we should try to work together.
Before I answer your question, ma'am, I just need to ask it. Is there anything that the two of you are not telling me?
I mean, there's plenty that we're not telling you, but that's pertinent to this situation? No.
Oh boy. Let me just do a quick roll here to see if something happened here.
Sure.
There's kind of a couple of things going on underneath the hood here, and I just...
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. He will... 1 second. He will glance over his shoulder and look at Calder, who will give him a series of very quick hand gestures. Let me just a quick perception check to see if you spot something.
13.
9.
And an insight check, Helena.
Oh, wow. 2.
Alrighty. Very good. On we go then. He'll nod and turn back to you and sort of go, I'll be honest with you, ma'ams. Friends, respected colleagues died out there today. Code says that we follow the orders, we stay on the mission, we keep going forward, but we're hurting right now. And if you have any theory about what did this, we would like to know what name we're putting on our dartboards tonight. Any one at all that you could give us. That's what we would like to know.
Well, the enemy that we are fighting, that Rizak may or may not have told you about, is someone called the Vintner.
One moment. He'll pull out a little bit of notebook and scratch down something on it. The Vintner.
And the Vintner is a very old and very powerful vampire.
A vampire.
Yes, and he used to be one of the princes of Aldoran, right? Am I saying that right?
Yes, so a very old vampire in that case.
Very, very old vampire. And we believe he has set these creatures free on this world. And we and our dragons, who are ours, let us be clear, are trying to stop him.
And you think that this Vintner was responsible for the attacks on our ships today?
He seems like a likely candidate.
Once again, Emma, roll me deception with advantage. You're doing a really good job.
Helena's just watching it all.
Yeah. Okay, so that's a 17 plus 14.
All right, sure. It sounds really good.
Yeah.
He'll hear that answer nod a little bit and glance over his shoulder at Calder, who will give him a quick nod and do the same series of quick hand gestures. Roll me insight checks, both of you.
Okay.
17.
I think I got a 10. Yes, I got a 10.
You spot a difference, Beth, because it's definitely the same quick series of hand gestures. But before, you it's almost like it's a completely different type of syntax. And you realize that before, every gesture meant a word or a phrase, whereas here, he is spelling something. And you catch that it is 7 discrete movements.
Okay.
And Lieutenant Scarrow will turn back to you and sort of go, where is this Vintner?
We don't know, but we think he's somewhere in Veldria.
Yes. In case if you
Yes.
wanted to be fully truthful, you have received some speculation that the city of Keystone in Veldria is going to be the place where things come to a head. That may be the place to look for the Vintner. But
I don't see. I'll say that. I'll say that because I don't see a need to keep that information. This is the big bad.
Yeah, like specifically where, so they don't.
I'll go. Well, not much we can. Not necessarily our forte. That is a landlocked city, but that is good to know.
Yes. But we've been dealing with agents of his for ages now.
And we plan to face him once we've faced, well, the Leviathan.
And the other one.
And is the Curator one of his agents?
The Curator?
Yes. That phrase keeps popping in your minds every time that I ask you about if there is any agents in the midst.
Did I not specifically ask you not to look in our
Use
minds?
mind flayers.
I believe that you specified
This
with
is
mind
not-
flayers. Calder is completely human. He's just differently gifted. And you will now sort of see as the young man's eyes glow slightly with a purple haze. And Lieutenant Scarrow will turn back to you and sort of go, all right, let's start this over one more time. Curator, who is he?
I'll look at Helena. And all right. Well, first of all, I haven't lied about anything I've said specifically. But the Curator...
Calder will step forward and do a series of hand gestures, which Leah, the woman with the blonde hair, will go, but you've withheld information.
We're all withholding information.
I think we are, aren't we? So, yes, but you might as well know. The Curator is, as far as we know, a fey trickster god who we've had to deal with on several occasions.
Okay.
And
How does one become associated with a fey trickster god?
oh dear. Well,
We've met all sorts
yes.
on the journey we've been on so far. Our associates are pretty diverse. We've met all sorts of beings.
And we most recently ran into him when he had captured and made statues of several, or at least one, of our beloved associations.
How does he enter the matter of what happened today?
Okay, look.
Yeah, I think at this point I'm going to ask you to do a thing that I've been doing underneath the hood, which is, could I have a quick wisdom saving throw to see if you are able to, when given that question point blank, stop the thought appearing in your head of exactly why?
Right. Oh boy. 4. I'm very good at talking, not so good at
What about you, Helena?
not thinking.
I have an 8.
As you say what you were about to say, Cal, you, Helena, see Calder's eyes go from Cal back to you, back to Cal, and his frown sort of deepens.
Okay, you probably just figured it out, so go ahead and tell them.
You hear this light, airy voice in your head that presumably is coming from Calder as he sort of goes, they asked this creature to attack the fleet. They're the ones that are responsible for the deaths of all these Solinese soldiers. And Lieutenant Scarrow will nod and go, I'm going to need you to drop your weapons on the ground right now, please.
So, listen, it's not...
I will listen, but I will need you to drop your weapons to the ground. After that, I will be thrilled to listen.
I don't think we can do that.
Ma'am, don't make me do something that we're all going to be unhappy about.
We didn't tell him to do this.
He'll
asked
He'll
him.
glance at Calder, who will do a series of hand gestures at that. And then he'll come back to you and go, I'm going to need you to drop your weapons and wait with us until Admiral Razak can be made aware of this.
Cal's gonna give Helena a look of like, I did my best. What do you... I'm gonna follow your lead.
Are you?
Yeah.
I think you're in control. I'll do as you...
Oh, jeez. I look, we can't drop our weapons because we need them if we're going to kill this Leviathan thing.
That is understood,
and I
ma'am.
don't trust...
But right now, I need to make sure that you are not capable of hurting or killing more Solinese soldiers than the ones whose deaths you have caused today. I'm going to ask you one more time. I need you to drop your weapons. And I will need to bind your hands, Miss Vance.
I don't think we'll make it very far if we try to run.
Nope.
But we could try.
Your call, Cal.
I hate to do this, but just a quick insight check.
Okay. Ooh, I got a natural 20.
Thank God I got an 8.
Just a moment. Guys, do me a favor and just quickly turn your videos off and turn them back on. You seem to have frozen on my side of the screen.
Oh.
Any good?
Still no. One moment. What is going on here?
Frozen.
Oh, there you go. Now you're back, I think. Unusual.
See?
Apologies, dear viewers.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. It looks like we're back.
Yeah.
It looks like we're back on the
Good
stream
stuff,
as
good
well.
stuff. Okay.
Good. All sorts of fun little... Ah,
That's a nice noise. Yeah.
thank you. Yes, thank you.
Okay, so the horrible insight that occurs to you is that
Yeah.
you could run and these people would still be here to tell the rest of the Solinese fleet what they have now learned. If these people were to disappear, then that becomes less of an issue.
Ooh, you mean use the thing?
The thing?
Use the scroll that I have to transport us all back to the temple of the Night Star.
I was just suggesting moiter.
Just moiter, just moiter
just
them.
moiter them. Yes.
Yeah.
We've got these 3 and there's like 4 over there, right?
Yes.
Yeah. We could probably take them.
Oh, well. Indirect murder, now direct murder.
I don't want to kill them.
We
I
killed
don't.
quite a lot of them already.
Yeah.
Gah.
Gah.
At this point, the blonde woman will go, oh, for God's sakes. I suppose I need to do everything around here. And she will reach into her belt and pull out a pistol and cock it. At this point, I think it is initiative time.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
15 plus 2 for 17.
Wow, I got 16.
Wow.
So I don't have time for this.
I know.
Okie dokie. You are up first, Cal.
Oh boy. Okay,
I hope you're
What's
cooking up something good.
I'm looking at my tome and what my tome can
Oh,
do.
yes, very good.
Yeah. Mislead. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna do mislead.
Ooh.
I'm gonna cast
Just for change.
mislead. Just for change. Yes. And so what that does is it is a concentration spell up to 1 hour. I become invisible at the same time that an illusory double of me appears where I am standing. The double lasts for the duration, but the invisibility ends if I attack or cast a spell.
Oh, cool.
And I can use my action to move my illusory double up to twice my speed and make it gesture, speak, and behave in whatever way you choose.
It's like the rat trap.
Yeah. Yeah.
Great.
Cool. And oh yeah, for every turn I can either do something myself or do something as the illusory double, and I can use a bonus action to switch back.
Okay. Cool.
Okay.
This is what you tried to do, or what you did pretty successfully with the bird
I
back
think
in
I did
Long
with the
Branch, yeah.
bird. Yeah, I did. So, if it worked once.
Hey.
So I will on this turn make the illusory double and just kind of back away myself. I will move my Cal self back as far as I can go so that I have a better angle on them.
Cool. Alrighty. Anything else, Emma?
I think that'll be it.
Beth, you're up.
Yeah, I would like to go for the blonde with the pistol and aim my sword upwards in such a way to try and disarm.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
Alrighty, very good.
Knock that pistol
Nice.
Roll
off.
me an attack roll.
Okay. Yes, I get 17 plus 11 apparently.
Yes, that will hit.
Yes, okay. And that would do 14 points of damage.
Wow.
Plus some ice damage, but I don't know as I necessarily
Yes,
want to ice damage that pistol
I
that
don't
much.
think that you can modulate that. I think that,
No.
just like the blast of the icy wind that is created in the wake of Icebreaker is enough to sort of cause damage and a little bit of frostbite.
Cool. Did it work?
Well, we're getting there. How much ice damage is it?
Oh, it is 2 points of ice damage.
Okay, very good. I think this would be a strength saving throw from her. Oh, I think that with a 21, she manages to keep her pistol.
Oh, darn.
Darn.
Okay, but maybe she is thrown off balance.
You still have another attack.
Exactly. So, oh dear, this is gonna get nasty, isn't it? In that case, I will try and knock her out, I guess. Yes, that's what I'm gonna try and do.
Okay, roll me that attack roll.
That is a natural 20 plus 11.
Whoa.
Nice.
Okay, so we have 13
13 total?
and
Oh, okay.
13 and 3 cold.
Okay.
And is it doubled?
Yeah, like, are you doubling
Or-
it?
Oh, I haven't doubled it.
Okay, roll those dice again.
Okay. 14 and another 3. What was that?
You bring your sword down and smack her on the side of the head, and she crumples bonelessly to the ground, falling unconscious.
Bonelessly?
You know, so we're kind of like in just sort of
Yeah,
that like
yeah, yeah.
rags dog way
Yeah,
where you lose all
yeah,
your articulations.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I think I will... Okay, I can't do anything, in fact. I will be quiet.
Yeah. Cool. Next is Scarrel, who seeing this will go... Private Argoff! And he will take out his rapier and take a swing at you, Helena.
Mm-hmm.
Does a... Well, that's a natural 1, so no, that will not hit.
Oh, man, that's embarrassing.
How about an 8? How about an 18? Does an 18 hit?
Yeah, an 18 hits.
Alrighty.
That's embarrassing.
He brings his sword down with a swing, and you feel as it digs into your side, causing you 13 points of slashing damage.
Ouch!
Ouch.
I knew we didn't have time for this.
Yep.
Alright. Next will be Calder, who you'll see as his eyes glow slightly. And then Helena, I need you to make me I believe it is a strength check. One moment. Yes, it is a strength check I need you to make.
A check, not a saving
Not a
throw.
saving throw, a check.
Okay, that is an 11.
Ooh, that is a 19 total. So you feel as invisible, it's almost like a vice closes in around you, as suddenly you are just bound, and then you rise up and lift 30 feet into the air.
Uh-oh. This seems bad.
This does seem bad. Very bad.
At that point, it is now Leah's turn. Leah is unconscious. Roll me a quick perception check. You with disadvantage, Beth, because you are very high in the air.
I sure am.
Oh, God. I got a 2.
I got a 6 from up here. What's with you?
Ah! I'm very far away.
Alrighty. You start to see some commotion from the camp itself, as people seem to have realized that this has gone a bellicose way. Cal, it's your turn.
Okay. I think I'm going to use my turn to, as a bonus action, switch to the illusory double and have her kind of run towards the camp, and towards the other people. Towards the other people and say, they just started attacking us. We haven't done anything wrong. I think they're possessed.
Cool. So let's hold on that. So let's come back because
Okay.
a round is 6 seconds. So let's come back to that and just remember what you said, Emma.
Yes.
Let's just bookmark.
Yes.
Beth,
Yep.
you are in the air.
Okay.
I'm trying to see. Yeah, no. You are picked up, but your hands are still free.
Okay.
You can do things. You are
I'm
just in the air.
I'm just held in the air, but still.
Yes.
Okay, well, that's really odd, but I guess I'll get my crossbow out.
Alrighty.
I'm 30 feet in the air, right? And the range of the crossbow is 80. So I feel like nothing could go wrong,
Yeah.
except rolling badly. Actually, that's a 17. That's not terrible.
17 will hit.
Good.
Who are you aiming for?
Oh, that's a really good point.
It will hit both of them,
Cal-
but either of them rather, but
That's actually a good. I think Calder, although I'm going with that because that's what she would do.
Okay.
But possibly silly. Right. Okay. So. Yeah, that is 6 points of damage.
all right. He keeps concentration on the spell.
And then I'm gonna do it again then.
All right.
Weirdest thing I've done today. That is another 17. And that is a 5.
Yes, that does it. All right. Anything else?
I mean, no.
Okay.
Ow.
It is now
I
Lieutenant Scarrel's turn. Which I guess that he would attack the nearest Cal that is around him, i.e. not the one that is running towards the camp.
yeah.
So he
Well, he can't see me.
Oh, that's an invisible you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
No, the one. Oh, you mean the me that ran towards the camp is the illusory double.
Yes.
The real me is invisible in
Got it.
the corner.
In that case, never
Yeah.
mind.
Okay.
In that case, he would reach into his neck and pull out a whistle and give it 3 sharp blows. Next, it is Calder's turn. And from above, Beth, you'll see his eyes glow again. And then the force that was keeping you aloft disappears. And you plummet down 30 feet.
Can I cast something as a reaction
Yes.
to that? Can I cast Featherfall on her?
Sure.
Or, yes, if she within 60 feet of
Yeah.
me? Okay, so I'll cast Featherfall as a reaction, which will make my illusory double disappear and me come back to myself.
Ooh,
But-
you were kind of in the middle of something.
I guess that's true.
And like, you know, if you ran all the way there, what is the range on Featherfall?
60 feet.
If you ran towards the camp and she was 30 feet in the air, I don't know that it would actually be within range now that I think about it.
Oh, okay.
Isn't that the illusory you running towards the camp?
It is the illusory me, though technically I can't see if I'm controlling the illusory
That's the thing.
me.
Like, she's looking out of those
I can't
eyes.
see. Yeah.
Sorry, it was a
So-
good thought, Emma.
Thank you. I tried. I'm sorry, Helena.
It's alright, I'm just looking up the odds of...
It is
The answer to
It is
what?
15 points of damage as you slam into the ground.
15.
15, 1-5.
Thank you.
And
Oh, yeah.
I need another strength check, please.
Okay. Oh dear, that's a 9.
No sooner have you hit the ground that the vice returns, and once again you rush upwards, rising 30 feet in the air.
Oh my god.
Great.
Alright. Next, it is the still unconscious Leah's turn. Quick perception check, Beth.
5.
Oh, ma'am.
It's the day for it.
We return to our bookmark as
Okay.
Cal, you run towards the camp, and you are saying, it's not our fault.
Yeah, they just started attacking us.
They just started attacking us. I think they're possessed. And as you say the D at the end of possessed, the 4 or so sailors that are in the camp that were in the process of arming themselves, looking towards you. I need a dexterity saving throw, Cal.
Oh boy. That is a 5. Now, remember, this is my illusory double
Sure.
doing this. Yeah. But 5.
There's a blast from the middle of the camp. Like a grenade goes off. And there's a series of startled screams that are abruptly cut off as wood splinters, sand is kicked off, and you are hit with a spray Cal of dirt, debris, sand, even some blood, and knocked back, or your illusory double is knocked back.
Okay.
That was weird.
That is weird.
Cal, you're up.
Okay, I think I will, at this point, okay, my illusory double will get up and say, "Are you there, Curator?"
Okay.
And then as a bonus action, I will switch my consciousness back to actual Cal.
Okay, roll me a perception check.
Invisible Cal. Okay. 11?
As you flicker back into your own self, you see the body of Lieutenant Scarroll collapsing towards the ground, a gash across his throat.
Oh no.
Helena,
Oh, that's
we are in
strange.
the air.
Can I get down? I mean, clearly not, right?
Pitch me a way to do it.
I'm sort of grappled.
Yes. You are grappled by this man's telekinetic forces.
I'm just gonna shoot him with my crossbow, you know? I've never been good at this kind of thing. Okay. 17 plus 9.
That'll hit.
And then a 6.
Okay. And you get another attack.
Yeah. 18 plus 9.
That will definitely hit.
Why can't I get some of these for perception?
I know, right?
And that's a 3.
And that's a natural 1 on his concentration. So you feel as the spell
dear.
breaks, which is great for a moment, but then you fall 15 feet, or 30 feet, excuse me.
Okay,
30 feet, I think it was.
now as a reaction, I would like to cast
Sold.
Featherfall on her.
Yes.
Okay,
Helena,
that will make my illusory double disappear.
Helena
but,
daintily falls to the ground.
Oh, thank you, Cal.
You got it. Sorry about earlier.
Happens.
And this is, as you land on the ground, it is just in time to see Calder begin to turn to look at you, when suddenly there is a blast, and his head explodes. And as he falls to the ground, you see a shadowy figure standing behind him holding Private Leah's pistol. And as the shadow kind of begins to take a little bit more substance, you will see the now familiar figure of the Curator step forward and go, "Well, that was fun, wasn't it?" How am I doing so far? Do you think that this is appropriate levels of fucking with the Solinese Navy? I've still got a few things planned.
I think you've done great. Could you maybe put a pin in it?
Darling, I never believe anything in the middle of it. I always see my promises through to the very end.
Then, Curator, my friend, please stop.
Okay, tell me why should I? I'm having a grand old time, and I don't want to have any bad reviews of my services on...
No, you've exceeded expectations. 5 stars. But I didn't know that this was gonna happen, and I didn't want you to kill so many people.
Don't you think that the Solinese Navy needed to be dismantled? Weren't they a force for evil, Calistoga?
They are, but they're fighting a greater force of evil at the moment.
We've got some bigger fish to fry, literally.
So to
Oh,
speak.
yes. That thing is quite formidable. I'm really curious about how you're going to win against that one.
Well, it would help if we had some of the Solinese Navy to help us.
Well,
Unless you would like to, have
Yeah,
a go.
would you like to
Very impressive.
would you like to fuck with a Leviathan? That sounds like fun.
there's a couple of things that I could do in that score. But I think that you've used up your free sample favor, especially you, Miss Vance. I don't know
that's
if we could
fair.
talk about more freebies.
That's fair.
So what are you going to give me in exchange? I'm still in the market for a sword, you know.
I don't.
What do you want a sword for? You're so weird.
Oh, you can do all kinds of things with a sword, especially one from a warrior as gifted as you, Helena.
You can do all kinds of things without a sword. Look what you did.
Why do you? You've done quite enough, I think. But also, where are Satus and the dragons?
Oh, that's a great question. How much is the answer worth to you?
Oh, jeez. We'll find him. We'll find him.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do we have to give except for the things that we need?
I have a great sword.
I know, but didn't we fight so hard for
Yes.
you to not give him that?
Yes, we did. Or, you
But-
know, time.
Yeah.
What do we usually offer? Blood, some arms.
Arms?
No.
That's different.
You've no use for those?
I would much rather have the whole person. I find that to be much more effective.
Well,
We could have a gamble on it. Solve a riddle. Play a game. You know how much you love games. Incidentally, I think that whatever we do, we should resolve it rather quickly. I have it on good authority that the fleet is beginning to rally and to head this way. And I imagine that you have some cleaning up and some figuring out of an alibi to put together.
You just unzipped those people.
Pardon me?
Yeah.
Nothing. I just processing. Okay.
Incidentally, Cal, you look tremendous.
Yes.
That uniform suits you.
Oh.
I
Thank
see
you.
that we're growing. I see that we're growing perhaps a little bit fonder of the Solinese arms.
No, I was wet. Oh, my clothes! Did you explode my clothes?
Oh, those may be around somewhere. I think that you could put it together. Surely you have prestidigitation. That would allow you to fix them in a cinch.
No, I.
Well, once again,
I do not, so I might
once
be-
again, you look quite cunning in those blues.
Thank you. I might be in them for a while.
I do not like the tone of this one little bit.
I don't. Don't worry, Helena. I'm not interested.
If you want new clothes, I can give you new clothes.
No, that's unnecessary.
Are you sure?
These will do fine.
Just
Yes.
snap my fingers and make it happen.
Helena, what do we do? Do we? If he could.
He's kind of
Mess with the
looking around and just going like, "Oh, what a mess, my lord."
Okay.
It's a mess.
To be very quick,
Yes.
and to be rather extreme and just take the morals out of it, I feel like
Yeah.
in some ways having half the Solinese Navy might be the worst case scenario because they're going to be extremely angry with us. If you wipe them all out, we've got one less problem, just the Leviathan to deal with. Or if you restore them, then we could fight the Leviathan. But if there's half of them, they're going to come and get us. But then we don't really want to kill everybody, so maybe we shouldn't do that.
I do feel bad about mass murdering a whole lot
So
of
you'd like to stop now that we are this far in?
Yes. I think
We just did some murdering.
we did some murdering, but if he could, do you think you could kill the Leviathan yourself?
That's a very big favor, Cal. I'm going to be a
I
very
can't-
lucky boy for what I'm getting in exchange of that.
I'm just asking if you think you could do it.
No. Could I physically destroy that creature? I don't think that is necessarily beyond my powers. Could I do it without interfering in a way that is rather more direct with certain forces that I don't want to be in the line of fire of? No. What I could do
see.
is put the two of you in a rather excellent position with quite a bit of additional firepower to destroy the creature. After all, you already have what you need. You have Miss Helena Hailstorm's beautiful sword, and you have that amazing book that you have tucked under your elbow, Calistoga.
Yep.
But
Yep.
we could arrange it for it to be... We could make that mountainous peak more of a pleasant hill, as it were, in terms of climbing
listening.
difficulty.
We're
And
going to need some specifics, I think.
Indeed.
All right. How's this for specifics? Are you familiar with the army of King Uldar the Ninth? History check, please.
Natural 20.
Nice.
Cal knows all about King Uldar the Ninth.
17 plus 4.
Okay,
So I
so you're
guess-
both pretty
nice.
familiar with the
Okay.
story. Cal, you
Yeah.
probably wrote a college paper on it or something. Boy, could you tell this man about the armies
I
of
wrote fan fiction.
the army
yeah,
of King
yeah.
Uldar the Ninth.
Yeah.
So it's a misnomer because this man was not a king. He was sort of this like self-styled barbarian king. But he was considered sort of this like absolutely ferocious warrior. And he had this band of 50 mercenaries under him that were all these like legendary fighters. And it became this thing where in an era when there was a lot of warfare across the continent, people that were able to afford the princely sum that these people charged to fight in their army, that would be the sort of thing that would like swing wars. Like they were considered such a powerful fighting force and such a extensive and extreme weapon of destruction that it was the sort of thing that could sway things. There's also a lot of debate about where exactly the Ninth in Uldar the Ninth came from, because if he was not sort of like a king, nobody's quite sure about like why he styled himself this way. But it was sort of this like very powerful force. That also famously one day up and vanished. Like sort of, like they were traveling from a city to another city and they just like never made it, went up in smoke, nobody knows what happened to them. And the curator will sort of go, I happen to know that those gentlemen owe me a very extensive favor. I've been keeping them in the back pocket for an occasion such as this one. They are rather more, let's put it this way, they have lost a lot of weight now that they are mere shadows of who they once were. But I think that they might still be the thing that could strike some real fear into the heart of your monster over there.
You know King Uldar the Ninth and his army?
yes.
And Cal just like nerds out for a second.
Yes.
Okay.
Of course, as I was saying though, that's a large favor, and if I'm going to give it to you, I'm very curious about what I could be getting in exchange.
So to be clear, you're offering us 50 ghosts.
More than ghosts, Helena. 50 spectral warriors. Are you not familiar with that very famous play involving the master of the circular jewelry? And don't you remember how in the third act,
Yes.
Yes,
the promise breakers are brought to the fore, and they swing that armies in the other way.
Yeah, I do. I remember watching it with my grandmother. I've lived such a sheltered life. You sometimes don't know if these things really happen, but I'm sure Cal knows better than I. What a world.
Well,
okay.
Well, what would you want in return for that?
I would like you to make me an offer. I would like you to make me an offer of something that you think I really want. Something that would be commensurate to that enormous favor. Tell you what.
You this uniform. Since you like it so much.
It's not that I'm not tempted. But I think that may be coming up a little short of what we're talking about.
Okay.
Tell you what. How about a free sample? One more, just because I like you. Here, walk this way. Bring my suit with me. Bring my suit with us, please.
Your suit?
And he'll start walking towards the debris of the camp. And he will kind of jerk his head in the direction of the unconscious Solinese blonde woman that is still on the ground.
Oh.
Okay, I will.
Yeah.
Alley up.
Is Volt around, by
yes,
the way?
Volt is
he...
fine.
Yeah.
Once
Okay,
like the
okay, good,
fighting
good,
like
good.
settles down, he will kind of like poke his head up and sort of be like,
Yeah. Yeah.
bring her this way, please.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, go, yep.
And he will snap his fingers, and a bunch of wooden fragments that were in the blown apart camp will reassemble themselves into kind of this like cargo container, which the curator will pry open, and he will say, place her in the box, please.
In a box?
Just pop her in.
Is this a real person that you've been
Yeah.
wearing, or just how does it work?
Questions. All will be made clear in just a moment. Pop her in the box, please.
Callum, should I pop her in a box?
Go ahead.
Okay.
She did try to shoot us. If she's
Well,
real.
I'm not clear on that.
Oh no, that was me. She has not been really herself for quite some weeks now.
Oh, goody.
Just put her in the box, and there we go. Let me just close on that. Give it a bit of the old... He'll, like, bang on the box a couple of times.
Is this
And
necessary?
then snap his fingers, and the box will glow red, and there will be this burst of heat from it, which will then settle. And... 1 second. Sorry, guys. Getting a weird error message here. Give me just 1 second. Sorry. Bear with me for 1 moment. Just as I straighten this out. Should just take a second. Sorry, viewers. And if it doesn't just take a second, we're about to go on a break anyway. So.
Sure.
It looks pretty. It looks okay on the stream.
Yeah,
as far as I can
it's
tell.
just sort of this like, it's just this weird warning thing, and I just want to make sure that it is not going to mess things up.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm just looking up like what's the thing to do here. But like it still sounds good.
I
It
can't.
looks
As far as
good.
we can
It
tell.
looks good. Yes. I'm.
Let me just see.
Yeah, I think it sounds okay too. I just heard a little bit.
Okay, cool. Alrighty, then. Let me just 1 moment. Okay, great. I think that that all looks fine then. Sorry about that, folks. Just kind of doing a little bit of digital housekeeping here.
Yes, a little magic. A little
Yeah.
magic. Thank you for bearing with us.
Yes. Sometimes, the science of Zoom and of zooming in 3 different people from like different countries all into one stream.
Yeah.
It can be a little bit more art than science.
Yes.
And lately we've just been getting a lot of ye old technical difficulties. So, all right. The curator will tap the box. It'll glow for a moment, and then he will open the box, revealing...
No way!
Satus and Curtin returned into the fold.
Satus!
Hi, what's going on? Someone catch me up to speed, please.
Oh my god! Wow!
And I think on that, we're going to take a very quick break. And when we return, we're going to catch Satus up to speed.
Oh my god.
But, folks, we will be right back in 5 minutes with the triumphant return of Mr. Mike Schubert. Welcome back to the show, Mike.
Yay!
We will be
Thank the Lord.
right back.